were so good.
Thank you so much. That was like one of my first major shows, national shows.
Jeez.
And that meant a lot to me, to Mary Lindsay, for giving me the opportunity to do that show.
That was so cool. Hey, Facebook, today, right here, we have Randall Poncho Smith. I know the Smiths are taking over. This lovely man is so great. He's got an Apple podcast. He's toured with people like AJ Johnson, Rodney Perry, Chris Spencer, Alex Thompson. He's been shared the stage when I saw him at Kimmel's with Kenan Thompson. He killed. Kenan gave him a great big hug after. I saw that. He did so well. 3-year comic and has his own residency he's had at the Rio in Vegas. And he's got his own regular karaoke and probably a podcast and everything else. Let's talk to him right here today and get the truth out. Randall Poncho Smith, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, love.
Not a problem. You're easy to love.
Try to be a teddy bear.
Yes, sir, you are. I met you over at Steve McAnally's barbecue show.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're always so nice and loving. I appreciate that so much.
I try to be a Midwest, like, just show you some, love. Cause it's so hard to like just meet real genuine people out here sometimes. You just never know. Then it's Sin City out here, so it just be a lot going on sometimes. You don't really know who's really true or who's really genuine.
It takes a long time to know if somebody's character is really what they're trying to make it look like.
Yeah, because a lot of people come out here from these small rural towns and then they become someone else. And then we'll go back to their town and they'll be like, nah, that is not Jim. Like, that's not Jim. Jim doesn't act like this.
Oh my gosh, you got stories you could tell. You have been around the world, around touring with a lot of headliners. Talk to me about your comedy career. Let's go into your comedy. We'll go later into your childhood. I want to start with your comedy. You're a 3-year veteran, and
Yes,
look
ma'am.
at the things you've done. Talk to me.
Yeah, in the 3 years, like I started out my first year doing all open mics. Every week, straight open mic. But then the second year, that's when I started getting like paid shows. That's when I started getting paid shows. And then like at the end of the second year, that's when I just started like doing opening up for a lot of people that I dreamed to open up for.
Who did you used to dream about opening up for that you got to work with?
Probably Rodney Perry. Yeah, like he was one. And but actually my mentor is Michael Williams. He discovered like everybody who is everybody. And Robin Harris was like one of his greatest discoveries, but he discovered more than Robin Harris, but he gets all the credit for Robin Harris mainly. But he discovered a lot of people. For him to take a toll to me and to have a liking in me and put me under his wing, that mean a lot. And he actually like see something in me, And that's just like Miss Mary Lindsay. She discovered a lot of people. She's from Chicago too. That's the one who put the Kenan show together. After the Kenan show, I had a feature show with Torrey Muhammad, and he's a major comedian. And that was then a Corona hit, and that was so crazy. After my biggest show, it was 350 people at that show. After this is my biggest show ever, and because I was featured, the Corona hit right after.
Can you believe it? I mean, so many people have told me the same thing, that things were taken off, they were getting booked, and then Corona hit. It's just cut everybody off at the kneecaps.
Yeah, because through the whole comedy thing, through this 3 years, I got 3 sponsors.
You
Yeah,
do?
yeah, I got 3 sponsors. I have a
Wow.
sponsorship with a closing company called Be Brilliant, New York, NYC. They send me all the new line for every season. When the season hit, whatever they got that's new for that season, they send me the whole shipment of that.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Who are your other sponsors?
I have a shea butter company called La Shea Butter,
I've
and it's
heard of it.
yeah, and they sponsor me. They give me monthly product sponsor, and then I just gotta promote. It's all about promotion. And then I have a multimedia company that sponsor me. Like they show all my content. They're gonna they're helping me do my own Hulu special. Yeah, not Hulu, Roku.
All
Roku special.
right.
Yeah.
Wow. How many minutes is that going to be?
It's gonna be 30 minutes special.
What's the name of your upcoming Roku special?
You wasn't there.
Oh, that sounds funny.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to
Yeah.
be, when's that going to come out?
We were supposed to shoot it around this time, but the corona hit. So we're looking forward for like November for the shooting of it. So about next year though, coming out with it next year, but November for the shooting, we're gonna shoot it for like November.
Awesome. I'll put that down on your post later. So tell me, let's go back into your childhood for a minute. Let's skip way beyond, let's throw back to when you were little and
Okay.
you got laughs and people told you were funny or you could be a comedian. When's the earliest you recall being funny or being told you're funny?
Uh, Probably like around like 7th grade, sixth grade. Like when growing up, I went to a different like school every year from like kindergarten to like 8th grade. I never really stayed at the same school more than like 2 years. And so I was like pretty much the new kid all the time. So like that's why I know how to really interact with people just off top. Just like I don't, just talk to a complete stranger and have a whole conversation and have them be open up to me because I always was new. I was always the new guy. So I just remember like in 7th grade, I just started, talking about people. I grew up in Chicago. We in, urban streets of Chicago. So like, if you don't stand up for yourself, you're gonna get talked about.
Wow.
So you gotta talk about them before they talk about you.
A
You know what I'm
strong,
saying?
like a strong offense.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta get at them like, no, woo, 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 and shut them down, and shut them down so hard. It's like they gonna back up off you. They gonna be like, it's really like fighting, but it's like fighting with words.
Exactly. Oh
You
my
know.
gosh.
So and so it's like if you don't, you come with a strong wordplay. It's all about intelligence. You come with your wordplay and have your strong intelligence. Like people are back off because it's not always about who the toughest. It's just about who the smartest.
That's awesome that you were able to incorporate being intelligent and funny and keep the bullies away.
Exactly.
In South Side of Chicago, did you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, you really overcame a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome advice for other people. Nowadays a lot of children are being bullied and hopefully that's going to stop.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully though, but if you could like just come with like straight intelligent conversation with a person at all times, even if they just like a tough guy or something, you just come with some straight knowledge with them, they're gonna back off you like, okay, he too smart for me. I can't mess with
That's
him. He's too smart
cool.
for me.
Wow.
They don't
So,
want to mess with you when you're smart.
yes. So did teachers think you were funny? Did you get sent to the principal or did you use it just mainly to keep people off of your back?
I know Yeah, I just mainly keep it off my back. I never really was no class clown, and just like, oh, he just a class clown, like, nah, that's just, I wasn't that. I was really like low key, but it was just like when it came to a situation, it'd be people that, just for fun back home, they just be like, oh, look at his shoes, and start talking about his shoes. Look at his shirt. So you gotta start talking back like, man, look at your hair, like, so, and then watching Comic View and stuff back in the day, stuff like that at Def Comedy, just growing up, I grew up in that era of when the golden era of comedy back in the '90s. So, and that was when, like, you could watch comedy like every night, like on HBO and all that.
Who are your favorites back then to pay attention to?
My favorite, like one of my favorite comedians of all time. My favorite all time ever will probably be Bernie Mac. And
didn't
like
I see a picture on your page with him?
No, I don't think it was Bernie Mac. Probably okay. Charlie Murphy. I got pictures with everybody, but I have met Bernie Mac before, but I don't have no picture with him.
Wow, but I met what was it like to meet Bernie Mac?
I was young. I was like 17 years old. And I was working at the Wrigley Field at the ballpark at the Cubs Stadium, and he happened to be getting a hot dog right there. I was the hot dog guy, and then it was a lot of people who was next to him, and they was like, "Hey, what's up, man? Let me get a picture or whatever." And he was like, "Man, y'all better be at work. Y'all supposed to be at work." But it was just like his glow and his aura, and just to see him, I would never forget that ever, And that was before I even did comedy. Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my grandma would take me to Reno. She'd go to bed early, and I'd go out to the clubs. Even though I was young, I don't know why I got in the clubs, but I could schmooze my way in anywhere. And I remember walking through a casino in the middle of the night, like a young teenager, and I saw Bill Cosby standing there, just looking at me, and he was performing. So somehow I got in to watch him perform. Not one cuss word for an hour and a half, and it was so hilarious. It was really, I don't know. Robin Williams was a totally different kind of comic, Cat Williams. Everybody's got their style. I never saw anything better than Bill Cosby. Never.
See, that's the thing about my mentor. He always tells me, and this the one who discovered Robin. He always tell me not to curse. And that's Miss Mary as well. She always tell me not to curse. They want to see your vocabulary. See how many can you use the most words without cursing.
Exactly. You'll go a lot. They care about you, and they want you to go as far as you can go.
Yeah, they don't want you, you don't want to be on stage and just be like, be. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. It's like, and it don't sound intelligent. It's like, so they, people don't want to really hear all those cursing words. They really want to see how many words can you use and what's your vocabulary, right? Because being a comic is more than telling jokes. Like me personally, like I read a lot, I study a lot. When I read in different characters, like I use a thesaurus,
Wow.
Like I was going back to like to it, it's like I just used the wordplay. Your wordplay just gotta be extra. I have a 1-year-old child.
And you do?
Yeah, it's my first baby.
Girl or boy?
It's a girl. It's my first one, I think. It was cold that night in 01, 06, 17.
Getting a little bit of your comedy style out there. All right. Knock it out of the park. Hey, if you want to do some comedy, I'm a great audience member. I'll laugh.
It was, during the quarantine, it's been hard to really do these live little quarantine little shows. It's really been hard because, you can't really get a laugh, Even if you try your funniest joke, you still don't know the feeling of it, how it would be with a real crowd.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's nothing like live entertainment. I just hopefully I hope this corona bypass. They talking about it might be a second wave, and it just hopefully this world just really get back to how it used to be, like the real make America great, like
Yes.
the real. You know, like
Yes.
the real. It's just so much going on. There's so much tension going on. It's like, you know, it's like they trying to make a race war everywhere, not just in America, just in the world in general. You know, it's sad for our people. You know, when
Yes, it
people,
is.
you know, when people be like Black Lives Matter, and then people be like all lives matter. We're not saying all lives don't matter, but it's just a lot going on with the black male and the black people in general. Like, I never seen a white person get choked by the police on video ever in my life. So, and then, you know, so that's the whole movement about that. You know, just being equal. We not dogs or none of monkeys and all that. We none of that. You know, and they try to put us down like and beneath people. You know, we have a lot of successful black people in this world. It's a
You know,
lot of people. Go ahead.
yeah. My parents came over after Hitler. And so when anybody, you know how white people will go up to white people and try to sneak out a joke about another race.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do that to me, I tell them to get away, because I know right after a joke about somebody who happens to be brown or black, they're going to talk about the Jews too. And I'm not having it. Not having it.
Yeah. And it ain't really no black people really talking about no Jews like that. It's a lot. Growing up in Chicago, I never really seen a white person until I was like really like, well, a lot of white people at one time until I was like 13 years old. You
My very
know,
first babysitter was a black lady, Queenie. She was the
Queen.
best. She was the best. She had a salt and pepper shaker collection. Never
that was
forget.
that was a lot of white people first babysitter, the nanny. That's what you said. Like,
It
that's why they.
probably sounds really terrible to you, but you know, like it wasn't demeaning. She got paid
Yeah.
good money and she earned it. She was
Yes, man.
it wasn't a nanny. It was like, oh my God, we get to go see Queenie. And she was,
That's family. She was like family. That's your
yeah,
family.
yeah.
You know, and that's the thing I don't understand. Like all the racial tension, but all the white people, all their grandkids black.
That's right. That's right.
Like all their grandkids is black. Like your grandson, like is black as me, and that's your whole grandson.
That's
You
right.
know.
Now, all of a sudden, you got to forget about the color, don't you, Granny? How's it feel now?
Right.
Yeah, totally. So, this world has been horrible for the 69 years of my life, and I'm not glad that it's still going on, but I'm really proud of the young people for getting a hold of getting out there and not letting go of it.
Yeah, but the young people, they they trying to do their best, but it's still not organized. It's
That's
a
true.
mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be honest, all that Black Lives Matter, I see all white people.
Yeah.
I don't see no gang of sea of black people. I see it's all white people. And a lot of them fires was like white people started all that fire. They started it.
Yep.
The black people just went on with like fuck it. Like, all right, they started, might as well take it.
And even the looting, I saw the instigators were white people.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that.
It was a lot of Karens. They all was getting TVs too.
Yep.
Yeah. But we gonna make it though. We gonna get past it.
You know, I really don't understand how come one person thinks that one, you know, like how does one person sleep at night thinking that one person is better than one other person? let alone a whole one race thinking they're better. I don't get it. I never was raised to think I'm better than anybody.
It's not even a race thing. It's a money thing too.
Yep,
Because you could be any race and feel like you superior.
it's true.
This white people just been superior forever. But if you got 30 million, you gonna feel superior to anybody too.
Yeah, I remember how being superior led to the Holocaust. And I don't think thinking you're better than anybody gets anybody anywhere. And I wish people would, like if you look at another human being, let's say I walk to 7-Eleven a block away to get a Coke, and I pass a homeless person and think I'm better. What gives me the right to think I'm better? Then that could be me. Look how many people are probably homeless now because of no jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in a corona, you know who's really getting money or who's not, because that messed up a lot of people's lives. Like forever. You know,
Absolutely.
and like because a lot of people had like a lot of cash under the table and all that job, and just so used to getting cash every day, and then that just completely like stopped completely.
So
But
speaking of having income, has the COVID-19 pandemic caused you not to have, are you an essential worker besides comedy, or was comedy your mainstay?
comedy, I'm a jeweler though. I
You're
sell jewelry. Yeah,
you
I sell
do?
jewelry. I'm at work right now.
What? Where's your
Yeah,
jewelry store at? I love
at the
jewelry.
at the Fantastic Swap Meet
Where's that
right
on
here
chart?
on Decatur, 1717 North Decatur.
What's the address?
1717 North Decatur, South Decatur.
And it's called Fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet.
Wonderful. What's your favorite type of jewelry that you've got there?
I got a few. Most of my jewelry custom.
Do you make
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we make it. Yeah, like custom pieces.
Holy
Yeah,
Toledo,
most
I
of
got
it.
to come out there and see it. My grandma had a jewelry store in Frankfurt until the SS came and took her to the Minsk concentration camp where she died. So I love jewelry because I never got to meet my grandma. So I like
Where you
jewelry.
from originally?
I'm from Portland, Oregon, but my dad's parents, that was the one that had the jewelry store in Frankfurt until Hitler came and took her to the camps.
Oh.
Yeah. So I get to say that Hitler came and took our family jewels.
Got a lot out of that.
Not everybody gets to brag.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you have planned to do better as a human or better as a comic or a dad because of the pandemic?
Um, just growing, I really got to know myself better. Really got to know like what I really want to focus on, like in life, because I had so much time to really sit down and think about, what to do with myself. But like, I just wanna, if I don't, if I don't do make it off the comedy, I would like to be a mentor and
What a
you
great
know,
idea.
yeah, and be a
Reach
mentor
to
because
what
I know
group?
how to network.
So who
Uh,
would you mentor?
I mentor the people that don't get an opportunity and get chances. Because there's a lot of people out here, like in the Vegas scene, they don't be wanting to give everybody opportunity. They put the same 4 people on every stage. No disrespect to the 4 people, but it's just the same. It's no rotation. I don't care what show it is. It's gonna put same 5 everywhere, every show, black show, white show, 5 people. You know what I'm saying? It's 100 comics out here. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me 100 comics, y'all gonna put the same 5 people on every show? Give people a chance.
Thank you. I went and I can't even remember what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. What you have to say is more important. But I agree that there's a lot of the, oh, I know. When I started interviewing people, Randall, when I started interviewing people, Randall, it dawned on me there's so much talent out here, Randall, that isn't
Yeah,
getting booked. 20,
exactly.
20, 30, 40 years comics not getting booked with,
Yes, ma'am.
let alone brand new comics. Oh my gosh, there's so much talent here in
Because
Vegas.
when I go out of town, they pay me, no problem, with ease. And then when I come here, they talking about guest spot. They talking about some man come up here every day for 6 months, and one day you will get on stage and you could be here.
Wow.
You know, like, but then I see one of my homies, you know what I'm saying, that do it, you know, they'll put them on stage with ease.
Wow.
But they'll tell me, like, no, but I'm sponsored. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got following, like, my Instagram almost at 3,000. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And that's a genuine, like, almost 3,000. So,
How do I find you on Instagram?
Poncho G. It's the real Poncho MFG, but if you type in Poncho G, it'll pop up.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you have to go on the road to get booked and get paid.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
the only way.
Your talent is superb, and I think
Thank
people
you.
ought to book him. So if you're out there and you're a club owner around the country, you know, like Vinny Brand in New Jersey and New York, like Monique Scott over there in New Jersey, like all you people in New York, get this guy and book him. I've seen him kill with Kenan Thompson in the house. He don't shy away. He's great on stage.
Thank you. And that was a national show.
It was a national show. Yes, it was. Yeah. And he's so nice personally. You know, you're not going to be hiring somebody who's comes in and wants to know how to get cocaine. You know,
Oh, no.
you got somebody that's coming in that wants to deliver comedy.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how old's your daughter?
She'll be one on the 26th of this month. It'll be her first birthday.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Tell me about you off stage when you're not a dad, when you're not, you know, like trying to be on stage for your daughter and perfect so she grows up perfectly. But when you're by yourself or having fun with your buddies, what are some of your real strong interests so people get to know you behind your mask, so to speak?
I'm really a loner. I grew up as the only child. So I don't really need too many friends. I have to be around a lot of people to have fun. But I'm into fashion.
No, because you're the jewelry and you get
Yeah.
clothes. You manage to get clothes.
Yeah, I'm into fashion. Yeah,
And you're a
that's
networker.
yeah. But that's how I moved out here. That was the reason I moved out here to Vegas. I used to live in Harlem, New York. I worked for Sean John. Sean John brought me out here.
What?
Yeah, to a close, yo.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I got on.
Have
I got sent out.
Did you do comedy around Sean John?
I started comedy here.
What year did you've been doing it? 3 years.
Yeah, and I started right here.
Do they know you're so good at comedy there in New York?
No. No. I started comedy in Vegas. Vegas was my birthplace for the comedy.
Hey, what did get you up on stage?
Because all the celebrities, I knew a lot of celebrities, and all the celebrities thought I was hilarious. They was like, man, you need to go on stage. And then I had met some people that was comedians, and I was like, you know what? And I studied it for a minute before I got on my first stage. I studied it, and I did research. Then I went on stage. I went to Justin Brown stage. He had a stage called the Shadow Bar at the time. It was already off Desert Inn. and I went there, and I used my set. And what's so ironic, I used that same set until recently. My
That's
first set,
great.
I was using the first set I ever had start what I first started with. I just had added on pieces through the set, through the time. But I used that first set. I started off, that was the beginning.
You have quite a good track record. I mean, the stuff you've been able to accomplish in 3 years, my goodness sakes alive, Randall.
That's because I already was like, I already kind of had a name in the fashion thing. You know, I already knew a lot of celebrities. I already had celebrity friends. I was already like kind of in the industry, in the entertainment industry already for fashion. So by me being in the entertainment industry already, it kind of just the comedy just was like another plus.
Yes, absolutely. It's like it's almost like TV credits and even better in some ways to have a lot of celebs behind you.
Yeah, yeah. Like I could like call somebody right now and make a fake commercial right now, and it'll be somebody like your favorite, whoever. Cause you know, I believe in a law of attraction. That's what I'm into. Like, if you want to know, like behind, like I'm very spiritual. So you know,
Too.
I had accomplished a lot just off my mind, just off for what I think, and because I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I visualized. So what's so crazy? My idol that I idolize is like my best friend.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
some that's some heavy visualization going on
yeah,
there.
yeah, and that's just the greatest like achievement ever for your idol to be your homie. And
That is so awesome.
and it's just like to call them up. I could call them up and everything. Like anytime he in town, I'm always with him. I got so many like videos and photos with him, and this is my idol. Like I to get that is that means so much. He a rapper. His name Cameron. Cameron. That's my favorite rapper. He my favorite rapper in the world, and I got the opportunity just to be his friend, and for him to give me the opportunity to be my friend, that just means so much to me, you know. And for God to let him like feel me out and bring me in, you know, because I
Absolutely.
visualized it like from a child, like I just looked up to him, like, and then for 10 years, that's been my friend for 10 years, like personally.
Wow. Well, to make it here from Chicago and in 3 short years to do everything you've done, I've heard your comedy. You deserve every bit of success and even more. You're
I appreciate that.
such a great guy. Oh my gosh. So where can I tell people to follow you? You told me Instagram. You're on Facebook.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can follow my Snapchat, everything Poncho G. You type
okay.
in Poncho G, Google everything, Cash App, OnlyFans, everything, Poncho G.
You have an OnlyFans page, huh?
No, I don't have. This is a joke.
Look at
What you know about OnlyFans?
this is my only fan.
What you know about that? What you know about that? You don't let me know you got one.
I, no, I don't.
Snapchat previews.
I'm lucky to be on TikTok. I mean, you know.
I just
Yeah.
want to say, for your age, though, you look better than some of these 20-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Yeah,
so
because
much.
it's,
Thank
it's a lot of people like they on drugs now, and they just like they on drugs. They be
you.
23 years old, looking older than all us in the room.
Yeah.
They born in '98. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you know how much you did in '98?
Yeah.
Like, like, and they just born in '98, like, and they out of here, like they
I know
finished.
it. Oh my gosh. I love, like the thing about me is I noticed like, oh, I don't know, 5 years ago, nobody's noticing me because I'm older And ever since I've been dressing up in dresses and putting on makeup and high heels, then the people notice you. So I wrote a whole set about how I hate to be ignored and nobody's going to ignore me. Because, you know, it kind of hurts that you get older and you get looked over, you know. I don't even mean in comedy. I go to McDonald's, a 4-year-old can go up to the counter and get noticed before they notice, you know, an old lady. If you're not dressed up, you're going to get ignored. So you can't afford to. I refuse to be ignored, Randall. I keep calling you Russell.
That's your ex-black boyfriend.
I swear to criminy. I'm so sorry, Randall.
You like, I remember Russell like back in '97.
I can't forget Russell.
Russell can't forget you.
That's how I look so young.
For real.
Well, you've been a delight to come on here. Now that you're a graduate of the Comic Spot Talk Show, you can come on anytime. No joke, Randall. You can come on anytime. And you can plug anything, anywhere you're gonna go, any jewelry, anything. You just hit me up. I'll find 5-10 minutes for you anytime.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I just appreciate you thinking about me and just like, you know, just putting me on your show. That means a lot. You know, like for real though. I've always been genuine since I met you. Always been genuine, and I just want to say, man, I love you for that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I love you for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for accepting me as me. Appreciate
Absolutely. It. So, do you have a podcast? I didn't ask.
You know, right now I have a podcast, but it's in the work. I haven't even you know, the Corona. I've been on so many other people's podcasts. I haven't focused on my own podcast, but awesome. I actually do though. But it's still in development. But
holler at me when you get ready to promote it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for coming on.
You too, though. You have a fantastic rest of your week.
Thank you so much. Randall, not Russell. Randall Poncho Smith. Isn't he great? Follow
Poncho
him.
G.
Poncho G. Google Poncho G. You'll find him everywhere.
Yeah. 5 minutes from everywhere, baby.
He's got a jewelry store, so he'll tell you all about that. It's out on Decatur at what's the name of the flea market? Fantastic Flea Market on South Decatur.
Let me show you before I get out here.
You said 1717 South Decatur?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am. This is right here. Let me show you before I leave. The
problem with Fran is you go through.
We just paint. We doing a little painting.
Love it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it right there. Say what's up to the team.
Hi guys.
The background looks good. The background looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my team though. So that's what we doing. We just getting prepared for tomorrow. That's it.
Wonderful. All right, I'm heading out, and you have a wonderful, profitable day.
Okay, thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Bye, Randall. Poncho G.
Everybody's